advert. Doo-doo. Come on, how long could this advert be? Refresh. I don't even know I'm live because I've got a bloody advert. I can skip this in 4, 3, 2, 1. Skip. Didn't want to. I wanted to skip. Skip. Man. No wonder people are switching over onto. Good God, this is ludicrous. Close that ad. Advert after advert. I say, no wonder people are switching over to Watch Mixer. Because this advert is ludicrous. I can't skip it. The skip doesn't work. I have no idea if I'm live. Well, I'll just carry on and assume that I'm live, because I may be. I mean, it says I'm live. But I've got no idea because of this stupid advert that's running. Intriguing. I'm guessing I'm alive then by the fact that you're talking to me. I can't see that I'm live, but as I say, I've got this stupid bloody advert on for... I don't even know what it's for. Sony Xperia XZ2. Gaming to the extreme. And finally... Are we there? Come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, we're in. We're live. Excellent. This is somewhat silly. Let me just do a little bit of trampling on these while I'm... Is that full? Oh, that sounds like it's full. And I have got some whereabouts if I jump. You are liquid barrels. You are no good to me. That will do. Some more grapes. Yeah. Everybody, welcome back to the stream. It's been a while. What with life getting in the way of things. It's always the case that damn life is always there getting in the way. Let's have a look. First off, let me have a drink because I'm thirsty. And then let's go and grab some bottles from up here. And let's have a look in here what we got. Well, that's not what I wanted. 0.8 to 0.78. Oh yes, that will be happening. Bang and bang. Excellent. And then we'll set one of those running. That's 0.76, 0.75. That's a 0.78. We'll do those out and we'll place that one in and we'll have a drink. Yeah, this... Oh, I'm inebriated for 10 minutes. This wine malarkey is an interesting one. It seems to take a hell of a long time. And then cider has got 0.8 to 0.81. Okay. Well, that's simple enough. We'll do that like that. That's your 0.8. We haven't got any apples. Apples. Need apples. Haven't got any apples. Okay. We need to go and jump on some apples then, don't we? Oh, and put one of them back. So yeah, hopefully everybody's had a good weekend so far. Well, I think apples are up here. Should have apples. Lots of apples, hopefully. And a good few weeks, actually. Hope everybody's had a good few weeks, not just a good weekend, because it's been, I think it's probably 3 weeks since the last streamed. And life, you know what it is, as I've said on a couple of things, life finds a way of getting in your way. And yeah, it has been for me, what with eBay auctions and, you know, doing work around the house, which is important. You know, you have to do your work around the house. Are we done? Are we there? Almost. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, and put those away. Yeah, it's just been one of those things where it has been not practical to stream for one reason or another. So what have we got now anyway? 0.74, 0.75, 0.8, 0.76. Okay, well, we'll just clear those. I don't think we really need to worry about those ones. One thing I'm actually unsure about with these, that's a 0.7, there's 0.71, 0.72, 75, 76. There we go. We'll just keep a couple. The thing with these wines is the magic resistance effect from cider. I'm wondering whether that actually has any benefit for wither fights. But looking at the almanac, let me just get into my backpack. If we look at the rustic almanac, there are other things we can start playing around with in production. So you got ironwood gives you iron juice, blah blah blah. Iron berry juice is better for brewing iron wine. Okay, brewing. So let me just find the relevant bit, because it's somewhere in this lot there is a bit about. Somewhere it tells you iron berry juice it can be used stored in, but so paralyzed. Stored. Iron berry juice is better used for brewing. Okay. Then you got bees, blah blah blah. That is used to make mead, if I remember. Honeycomb, it can be drank from a bottle or brewed into mead. When placed in the world, it slows anything down that tries to move it. So there's all sorts of stuff we can do. And rustic. It's all rustic. Blah blah blah. Regardless of the quality. So you got ale, which is very sating. That was it. Cider is magic resistance, which we're doing. Iron wine gives absorption. That is one I want to play with. So I think I'm going to head out and chop down a whole load of ironwood trees. Mead is the one. So we need to also do mead, I think. And then there's other ones which we'll come back to. So I don't have a grape fetish. It's just hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoid fetish. Let's try and behave. So what was I going to say? So what else have we been up to? Yeah, decorated the front room, put shelves up. That was last weekend. And various eBay auctions ending all the time. I mean, all the time. It's constant. It's never ending. I'll keep that on me. And working on the garden. Lots of stuff. I like it, yeah, it's good. Jumping up and down on things is good. Hello. Oh, I see somebody. Somebody had a little bit of a go at a skeleton. Right, we need to find some ironwood trees. And I don't need that. Ironwood tree, ironwood tree. If I were an ironwood tree, where would I be? You know what, we need to find some ironwood trees, and what I should actually do is take a horse. I went to the trouble of getting one. It would seem kind of sensible to go out and do it on horseback, wouldn't it? Bonk. Alright, let's have a look. Donkey, no, not you. We'll take Speedy. Who I have had a name for him suggested, which we may sort out when I get back, because it's not like I haven't got plenty of experience. So that is an olive tree, isn't it? Ironwood trees are quite tall. You are olive, you're no use to me whatsoever. Yeah, there's an ironwood tree. Alright. Gimme. And a bit more of that. Gimme. Gimme all of the things. We can get, where's bloody horse? Come back here. Mario was new. I'm trying. I don't even want to think how old I was when Mario first came out. Suffice it to say, if I were to say that I remember Mario when he was dodging the barrels, being thrown down by Donkey Kong, that will give you an idea of how new Mario was. Oh, I wish I got some eggs on me. I love these guys. Yeah. So yeah, Mario was Donkey Kong as far as I'm in my cultural references. Right, come on, find me some more ironwood trees, please. I'm going to plant the saplings closer to home, and we'll get, you know, I may even do the tree farm with some ironwood saplings. That might not be a bad idea. But yeah, old git. That's what I. Oh God, that bloody horse. At least this has got. I don't have to worry about faffing around collecting things. I'll just chop down the entire tree with this. Come on, gimme, and more. Come on, gimme more. That's what we want. Right. Okay, let's go find some more ironwood trees. Yeah, at a young age, well, it would have been Manic Miner, Jet Set Willy, anything on the Spectrum, pretty much. Most of the games you typed in yourself out the back of a magazine. So, yeah, God, good old days. Back when a game could actually be printed on the back of a magazine, in the back 2-3 pages. Oh, hello. Right, what we got going on? Find me some more ironwood trees. I don't want. I've got 15's not bad, but I'd prefer more because I'm greedy. So yeah, been busy. Recording ahead of myself as well because I've got some things coming. I've got things coming up. What with holidays and work. Work is mad at the moment, and it's getting madder every day. Just when you think you can't get any madder, it decides to go and gets a bit madder. Okay, right, stay there. What's the odds that that horse will actually stay put? I don't know. I think you learnt a lot from it. I learnt code in the various languages that my obsolete languages, I'll have to add, that I learnt it. Where the hell's that horse gone now? I can hear you. Bloody things, they never stay put. Right, where were we? So you did learn a lot, and that in itself, any time you learn something new. Yeah, oh yeah, it's to be fair, the stuff you learn from and I said programming games. I mean, most of the stuff that I remember now is obsolete, which is the downside. Well, what did I put in there? Not a lot. Okay. You know, when you're like, oh, I don't remember leaving that there. It's going back, and obviously you're saying quarters, so I'm guessing a US-based currency. But for me, it was obviously we used, I think it was 10p pieces were ours, which was probably, you got 10p in a pound, and then it went up to 20p, and then we got 20p pieces, and you know, they went on. But the one I always remember was going to Spain as a kid with my mother, when I was, you know, like 13, 12, and the video arcade games in Spain ran on 25 peseta pieces, which is obviously pre-euro. And what are you? Limonite. Okay. There's another limonite sample there. That's always handy to know that there's another one about. Now 25 peseta pieces was probably about 12.5p when you translated it through from Spanish to British currency. But I discovered that the actual coin, the coins, the 25 peseta piece coin, was exactly the same size and weight as as a 2 pence piece from British currency. So yeah, I used to just save all the change up and go out with large pockets of 2 pence pieces, much to, I'm sure, the irritation of owners of arcades in Spain. But you know, I think all kids try and think it's great when they've come up with a way of foxing the system and breaking the system, or, you know, cheating the system, sticking it to the man. So yeah, 2 pence pieces were the thing. Now obviously you can't do that now. There's no... Wow, someone went past fast. I got the window open because it's quite a warm evening here. So hello, right on my doorstep. So yeah, it was. Oh, hello. Okay, you can stay. I don't mind you planting them. Okay, and I really don't want that though. That's not what I want. Bloody horse! Come back here. Yeah, we've where we live, they've just built a, well, I say just built, the last year, about a year and a half maybe, has seen the building of a bypass, and it's a little bit noisier. We have got double glazing in, so it's not a major issue, but you know, it has had a knock-on effect, shall we say. Yep, good old days of 25% to pieces is long since gone, I'm afraid. So don't. Alright, where's the bloody horse gone now? Damn thing. Right, let's go. We'll take the horse back. We'll go and see about. Oh, hello. We'll see about running the farm as an ironwood farm, and maybe even a Murray pine farm as well, if I can get a few more saplings for that lot going. Yep, left my doors open. That was bad of me. There we go. Right, let's go and have a look. But yeah. Of course, the other thing with the programs, when you typed them in yourself, is if there was a typo, you had to learn how to work it out yourself, which was in itself worthwhile. Right, we need what can we? Rustic. I need the. That helps if you can type. Rustic. Give me a crushing tub, 2 iron, some wood, and some slabs. Got any iron there? What about in here? Oh, we've got plenty. We'll stick that away. We'll get you, do you. We'll do a couple of those. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and bang and bang. There we go. A couple more crushing tubs, and then we can take this one and we'll put one there. Am I going to be able to jump on that? I am. And one there. And we'll stick the iron in there, and we'll stick the honeycomb in there. What have I got in the way, honey? Well, the coding skill. Yeah, I don't know. The coding hasn't. I mean, there are subtle differences in coding, modern coding to things. I mean, obviously now everything these days is object orientated rather than can I get in that way? I didn't do that though. Okay, that's fine. Rather than linear, I mean, you know, the stuff we learnt was third generation procedural languages, which, you know, were far more I don't know, for want of a better word, far more structured. Let's jump up and down on these for a bit. That's not a... That one will do for those. And that's it. You get the basic syntax. Because obviously none of that stuff helps if you're programming COBOL, which was one of the languages I learnt many years ago. And we'll do a little bit of this over here. Trump, 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 trump. So I'm curious as to if we can get this ironberry wine absorption hearts over and above the hearts we've already got for being here. And I'm not entirely sure whether we will, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Right, let's take those out and place those in there with that lot. Let's get a couple of each going, because how many have I got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got plenty of things, so we'll didn't really want to do that. There you go, just the one. And that also can be mead, and then we'll do, hang on, get rid of those, and 1, 2, 1, no, hang on, missed. 1 and 2. So that's moved us forward on those ones. Yeah, they do, but the linear element, I find the linear elements of it has changed sufficiently that it's a little bit more, I won't say they're obsolete, but they're less useful. In my personal opinion, they are less useful than they were. All right, we've got some stuff there. We got you. I wanted to have a look. There was let me just go back into the almanac and see. There was also, we mentioned ale, and ale is made with ale wort, which is made by water bucket, wheat and sugar in a crafting table. Okay, but that's not too bad. We've done cider, iron wine, mead, wildberry wine. That's the other one we need to get into. And I don't think we've really got much in the way of. We've got 10. We also need another well, 1, 2, 3. We need a couple of bits of iron, and a couple of those will do the trick, and that will give us another crushing tub, which will pop here, and we'll stick the wild berries in, and we can obviously jump up and down on those. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, just learning anything like that is good habit, because you'll develop the habits necessary to problem solve, which is a skill in itself. And too many times I've seen people, certainly in an IT role, you know, IT support role, I will, for example, go out and people will say, oh, my computer's not switching on, and they looked at, and you're like, oh, what you tried? And it's, oh, well, I've checked the cable, I've checked this, and I've checked that, and it's like, yeah, did you check it was plugged in? Oh no, I didn't think about that. Well, did you check this plug was switched on? Pardon me. And it's an odd one that people just don't always think of the obvious things. Right, where's my other can? There we go. And they'll just they'll jump several steps. It's why people get irate with for telephone support services, funnily enough. Because you know, you ring the tech support people, and they'll sit there and you go, my printer's not printing. I go, oh, is it switched on? And you're like, do you think I'm stupid or something? Do I have the word idiot written all over my face? Yeah, it's a pain, that live thing. See you later. Footage will be up on Tuesday as usual. Let's go and have a look what's going on around here while we wait for those. So the question is then, oh, I know what we're going to do. We were going to do that. Let's not go and have a look at that. So we've got lots and lots of honey coming out of these. We've obviously got honey coming from the other bees. Slater. And lots of things to be on with, and what I do want to start on, if I don't get it finished this time, is I want to start getting the barn done that I've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 episodes, because I just get easily distracted. It's just the nature of me. I'm an easily distracted person. I think that is probably the fairest way of saying it. What are you? You are Chip Murray wood. That's right. Okay, and we've got a little bit in there, but not a lot. Right, so what we need to do is we need to get you shut down. And we can take all of those away. Just get these completely. The trick is to catch them before the system can pick them up. And once you've got them, you're fine. But not always. So we got these are all nice and done. We can take all the sticks, we can take place all the sticks in there, and then we should be good to make those and do a little bit more of that and get all of that on, and that's done. Okay, that's all good. Then we got all of the saplings coming out of here as well, all of the woods. Right, so because I really must admit I am liking this style of storage to the point where I'm wondering why we don't have more mods that work this way. Oh yeah, we've had it definitely, but all the way. I'll definitely look at them. I mean, part of bloody hell, part and parcel of the entire thing is checking that it's something we want to play. If it's not any good, I mean, so far TFC 2 is, well, it's a different game entirely. Go away, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Right, gotcha. Bloody thing. And part of, to be honest, hey, get me out. I'm in the water. One of the things that actually drove the development of this pack was the fact that TFC 2 is almost taking this same direction. You know, it is very much a case of, right, you go in there, you go in there. No, you. Oh, you won't print though. You won't actually plant that. Alright, that's fine, but you will do the rustic one. So, question, can you therefore, let me just put these in. This is the Murray pine. If you can't do that, can you do olive trees? What have we got in that, when we think about those? Rustic saplings, we got olives, ironwood, and apples. Apples are no point, they're just oak. But we had, case in point, if just to, I'm going to get some olive saplings. So a number of years ago, probably, I'm trying to think now, probably about 15 years ago, back in the day when laptops had a volume control on the outside, and so we sold the laptop to a customer in London, and we sent it down and delivered it along with those other stuff, and we did, you know, we sold the servers and had 2 days down there. It was actually oh god no, it's longer than that. Oh, bear with me a second while I just you just have to excuse my phone ringing. Let me decline that if I can, and turn the volume down. No, down on the volume. There we go, better. Okay. Electro swing revolution. I like different music, all sorts of music, ranging from scooter to rock to a very eclectic taste, should I say. Anyway, what was I saying? You don't want to hear my work ringtone. That is scooter. But yeah, so what was I saying? This particular, I've only got 7 olive tree saplings. That's depressing. This particular customer, we went in. It was 9/11. I actually remember because I was in London at the time installing it on 9/11, the actual 9/11, because we watched the actual planes hit the Twin Towers on that day, and we'd gone down and we installed the server, and we installed his laptops and, you know, all the desktops and workstations and everything, and came back up, and you know, nothing much happened for a while, and then we got this call, and it was the sound on my laptop's gone, and it was all right, fine, your sound's on your laptop, can you just check the volume's turned up? And next thing, we got this irate customer on the phone, screaming down the phone, you know, do you think I'm stupid? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, eventually I just had to sit there and say, look, you know, if you're not going to check it, put it in you'll have to send it up to us. We're quite happy to have a look at it. It will be chargeable, and, you know, just send this laptop up. Anyway, so a few days go by, and this laptop arrives with about £50 sterling of postage stamps on it. He sent it recorded delivery. He'd done it actually with stamps. This was bizarre thing. And I got the laptop out of the box and I switched it on, and then we basically turned the volume dial up until the sound came back, turned it back off again, put it in the box, and charged them a half a day's labour, which was I think at the time, because I worked for a company where the owner was a scouse and a bit of a tight arse at that, but I think it was about 325 quid, and we obviously charged the postage back as well, so that was interesting. And yeah, long story short, he paid 325 quid, and he rang up when he got back. He said, what was it? And we said it was the sound, and he goes, oh no, yeah, I don't believe you, blah blah blah, and had a little bit of a rant. And we said, fine, well, you know, it was, trust me when I tell you, it was the sound. The volume was turned down on the knob on the side. Anyway, a few weeks later, he rang up and said, bloody sound's gone again, rah, rah, rah. Screamed. Asked him to check the volume. He had a bit of a hissy fit. He sent the same laptop to us again. We did exactly the same again. Charged him exactly the same again. And then when he rang up and we said, look, you know, this is stupid. We're giving you our benefit of our advice, and we're telling you to do these things. And at the end of the day, I can't make you check the volume if you're not going to do it. But, you know, we wouldn't ask you to check the volume unless it was, you know, a tried and tested and valid technique. And anyway, so he was out of a lot of money just because he wouldn't listen. And I mean, it wasn't me cheating him out of it; it was my scouse boss But it wasn't actually cheating him out of it. I mean, we gave him every opportunity to not send it back to us, and you know, he insisted on sending it to us because he wouldn't actually do the checks. So there you go. That's it was a while ago. I mean, if you want to talk about cheating companies out of money, and I still don't know whether we did back in the day or not, was the year 2K bug fixing. So as a company, we made an awful lot of money fixing our system and fixing other people's systems, you know, for the Y2K bug. And of course, Y2K came and went, and nothing happened. Everything was all fine and dandy. Oh, are you? I don't know whether that's going to work. Let's put those in there. We'll have some olives going on. Can you cope with the height of the... It seems to be able to cope with the height of those. And it is picking up iron berries, so that's alright. Not all of them. Right, now there is a trick we could use here, which might be worthwhile doing. Let me just put the... I'll put the olive wood in there. I think what we should probably do... I'm going to grab... we'll do it with wood. It won't look too bad. So if I come down here to here and limit the growing area with something that can't be planted, then in theory the tree farm should lose less items, and that needs to come out. No, come, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. That can go in there. So it'll be a slower tree farm, but it will reduce the amount of loss we get at the edges. That's the thought. Damn it. Bit more ironwood, there we go, thank you. Ooh, that should be more than enough. He says, interesting. So now we should have a situation where this is all going to do its thing, and we've got a... Why is that one smaller than this one then? That's a 5. This one is a... Yeah, interesting. But these should then get picked up. The only problem is that this will also pick up ironwood saplings, but it's not a major issue. Not if we do that. And similarly on this one, if we do that, then that should keep this done. Now you're not going to get everything. It's not going to be perfect, but you know, it will work. So let's go up here. We've got this one in place already. Let me just come over this way a wee bit. And grab a bit of a chisel, and we'll continue on working on this area while we're doing it. Grab a bit of that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh well, go with that. Doesn't really matter. It gives us the variety that we want. A bit of that. And then, right, so I need ironwood probably first. More than that realistically, but we'll see how we go. Got one there, and then one there. And we can probably get away with one there, 1, 2. We'll double chest here. And then maybe, yeah, maybe just one there. Oops. Yeah. Anyway, let me get that. We need to get some chesticles going, which we'll do in oak because we've got plenty. Have I got them in this? No? Damn it. Okay. It's not a problem, but I'm so used to having that logs recipe now that it throws me out when I don't have it. Oh, that was a bit olive, so that's alright. Oh, there's more ironwood over there. I can go and grab that actually. Right, so we also need to then get in here with a chisel and a couple of chisel bags, and get you going, and we'll I think that should be right, shouldn't it? Yeah. Like that. And like that. And then probably also like, well, not probably, damn you. Not probably, definitely. This is probably going to be easier if we pop it up there. Oh, another loud motorcycle going past. And yeah. But there is, I do personally tend to find that there is a reluctance amongst certain people to take advice that is given freely, or in fact give advice that they've paid for, which is the real bizarre one for me. I mean, why anybody would refuse honestly given advice, I really do not know. But there you go. That's people for you. Now it's stranger than folk, as my grandparents always used to say. Hi, Dara. Right, to get that going. Right, so, well, hang on, we needed a bit of that. Where's me? I must have more than that. Must be in there. Okay, let me just grab those out. That should do the trick. And then we can get you. And what we need to do is the same old of filling this in. All the way across there. Oh, right, okay, it's getting dark. Wondered what was happening there. Of course, there's a thing at the moment which I find quite worrying in people, in the observed people. You know, not everybody's like this, and this is just observation on, not even necessarily on fact. It's just on life, really. But there's a feeling these days that opinion is worth more than fact, and you know, people, you'll sit there and you go, well, you know, that's not true. The facts of science, whatever, state such and such a thing, and people go, yeah, but that's just opinion. And it's like, no, it's not opinion. It's fact, and it is scary, the sheer deliberate levels of ignorance some people will go to deny a fact. Yeah, it's not 100% perfect, but we are getting lots of those. We are getting iron berries. They're not all coming down, but that's fine. So we need to go with the olive wood, I think. Let's grab some of those. We'll repeat the process for that. That'll be quite a few of these. There's one more. Well, we've got the Murray pine. We've got that. These are all things. We've obviously got jungle we haven't done, and we haven't done. Well, I've had I think for the first time in a long time, I've had my lads remembered to ring me on Father's Day, which is always, I mean, to me it's another made-up day. Much like Mother's Day and all of the other ones, you know, they don't really exist. To be fair, quite a lot of the days that we are familiar with are entirely made up anyway. You know, you just have to look at, say, what can we pick on? Hi, Bacon. What can we pick on? Let's pick on Valentine's Day. Classic, brilliant, you know, Christian holiday. Except, of course, it's not a Christian. It was a pagan holiday to a pagan goddess. British, I think it was British, actually. Off the top of my head. And, you know, it was worshipped widely amongst these, you know, the old Celts and of England at the time, and then along came the Roman Empire, and obviously the Christian Roman Empire by that time, and went, hey, you can't worship them, you can't do that, because we have to take into account the other thing, which was how it was celebrated, which was a lovely orgy, give or take. It was basically a big party, massive great party, everybody getting it off and enjoying themselves. And needless to say, when a bunch of Christians came along and said you can't do that, they went, well, but we wanna. And surprisingly enough, oh damn you, they didn't want to give up their little party for obvious reasons. We're going to go that and that. I think we'll take you out like that. There we go, and jump in there like so. So yeah, what happened is they basically absorbed the goddess, the goddess Valentine as a saint. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which apparently was quite a common thing. Easter is actually a Germanic pagan goddess, Eostra, which happens to share the same day of the Easter celebration, and again it was just more convenient to absorb it than it was to fight it, I suppose, is as good a phrase as any for what we're trying to describe here. Let me just put you up there, we'll get you down there, and then we can come along here and just take all of those out, and we'll do the same again with this. That will be all nice and good and fine and dandy. Lovely. But I would be willing to, well, I'm not willing, I know for a fact there's an awful lot of that went on. A lot of the appropriation of figures of religious significance to fit in. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, that doesn't matter. Does not matter. We'll do that. Damn you, I was crouching. You saw me, I was definitely crouching. Okay, we'll try that again. Thank you. So yeah, but you know, these well, you all know my religious beliefs, so there's no point chewing over that particular old ground again. And right, let me get you and put you in there. Got you, that's good. Take that out, and that and that. That can have that, and then we'll pop this in here, and we'll just fill this in. And that's another couple of wood types in the wood yard, which is good. And then I think we'll go and try and make a start on the barn, seeing as I kind of keep putting it off, and it's not without reason. And I've mentioned this before. Is the tendency with barns is to make a red painted barn with the curved roof. Yeah, the good old cliched barn, if you like. And partly that is because the other styles of barns that other people built, there we go, that's fine. How do I put it? Well, they were quite boring. If I was to say that I was an agnostic atheist, then you wouldn't be that well. That is exactly what my religious standpoint is. The people who go with agnosticism. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay, fine. Thought I'd. Oh, we're getting some of that coming through here. We are picking up a few saplings of the different varieties in the wrong boxes, but that's fine. We'll leave that running for a while. Tithe barns. Let's have a look. Let's come across the phrase tithe barn before. They're actually almost religious-like buildings, aren't they? Just along. They look very similar to the barns that I grew up with except obviously with the without the nice arch ceilings. Yeah. Well, no, this is the funny thing. If you ever talk to someone, they'll say, "Well, I'm agnostic." Well, agnostic isn't a religious position. Agnostic is a statement of whether you know or not. Gnosticism is the state of knowing. So if you're Gnostic, you know. And if you're agnostic, you don't know. You're not actually making any religious statement whatsoever. You are actually saying that you know or don't know something. I'm just going to empty my inventory out. And of course, if you are a theist, then you are a believer in a deity. And if you are a theist, you are a non-believer in a deity. But of course, you could be a Gnostic theist. You could say, well, I believe in God and I know he exists. Now, to be honest, you can't know that. And you know, if anybody is religious and has different views on this, then you know, my intention is not to offend. But the simple fact of the matter is, you cannot know. You can't know. You can have faith, you can believe strongly, but you can't know. in exactly the same way that I cannot know that there is no deity, there is no God. I can only believe that there is no God. So you can be a Gnostic, and so I can, and taking that through, that's what do you say? Taking that through to its logical conclusion, you know, you can never really be a, I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for here. That's just, yeah, we'll take that one. You can never really be a Gnostic anything when it comes to religion, because there is no way to prove it. It's you know, it is entirely based on faith, which is obviously the purpose. 81.8. Well, that was rubbish. It got worse. It can happen. We'll drink it. Nice couple of cider. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say someone's wrong, because at the end of the day, we need to improve on that. So that's a 0.6, which is actually not a bad one. Oh, that's terrible. That one just wants to go and get gone. At the end of the day, if someone takes comfort from something like that, then that's entirely their business. What I dislike is people who thrust and will argue against all better evidence for something that they can't prove, but you're the one who's blinkered, and it's like, yeah, no. Probably. I can. It does hurt. Yes. Oh dear. It's an interesting one, because I was actually raised in quite a religious family. So I came from a fairly religious background and managed to get expelled from Sunday school. That's my 0.31, 0.43. You are kidding me. Can we not get slightly better than, what's that? 0.31. Okay. Well, that is just shocking. We need to get rid of those straight out the bat and clear them, because they're rubbish. So yeah, it is the wonderful irony that that I was actually brought up in a fairly religious background. As I say, managed to get expelled from Sunday school. So the one thing people don't like is a smart arse. Especially not when they're a kid and they've read the Bible from cover to cover and point out all the inconsistencies in it. Oh yeah. But right, where we go. We got those going. I really could do. Can I get another berry? Actually, yeah, maybe another berry. If I've got another berry wine, maybe just another one. Yay, we got another berry wine. What we got? Berry wine. Right. Oh crap! I need to empty that. But no, it's. I would never impinge on someone's rights to believe what they want to believe. That's absolutely crucial to who I am. I may disagree with them, but that's entirely my right. You know, it's similar to very easily. You've got to seriously. You don't want to get inside my head of how I can get from there to there. But you know, I've said it before. There is people talk about freedom speech, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Everybody has the right to say anything they want, absolutely anything, to anyone about any subject, and they can be racist, they can be sexist, they can be bigoted, they can be whatever they like. What they don't have the right to do is to say whatever they want without any form of consequence. And this is the key. You can't just go and say whatever you want. It's, you know, clearly madness to think you can do that. If you go up to, I'm trying to think, it's really difficult subject to talk about, because by its own nature you're likely to offend someone. Let's go and get some stone while we're doing this, and we're going to make a start on this barn. But you can say what you like. You may get arrested, you might get locked up, you might get charged with hate speech, any of these other things. But you can actually say whatever you like. But no one ever said you can say what you like without consequence, and that's the key. That is a hugely important key. Right, so cobble, cobble, cobble. I may have to go and get another beer out of the fridge myself before this one's finished. Oh dear. I sometimes like to bring the beers up, but for this particular stream I didn't, because I figure it'll get warm. And it's interesting, the ones, so yeah, we're definitely seeing accelerated growth from these, which is good, but not here. So I think we need to get another beehive over this corner, maybe, if we can. Let me have a look at apiaries again. We just need logs and God, we need some of the things that I haven't got on me. Of course, we always do. We've got a log pile though, so that will work. If I take that apart, we should be good to. Let me just double check what it was. It was that. Will do nicely, thank you very much. Right, let's go and we'll plonk you. I'm going to plonk this one. Can I get you there without it connecting? I can. That's cool. See, I'm not sure whether these ones underground are actually working. They may have fixed that particular bug. Let's have a look at the... Oh, what was that? Was that a squid? Yeah, it was. But yeah, it's, you know, at the end of the day, you have a right to make a fool of yourself if you want to. And no one's going to stop you. You have a right to say things which are definitely going to make a fool out of you. And no one will stop you. Okay, come on. Right, almost got the beetroot field going. You need to harvest most of these as well. Let's leave those there. Right, so if I were going to go with a barn, I'm thinking that we shall put it... I don't want a massive barn, it doesn't need to be huge. But I'm thinking let's start with... Let me just jump over here a second and have a look at some of these exterior shots of these barns, the tithe barns. If anybody's looking for similar things, you'll get a Google tithe barn and you'll see they are almost religious-like buildings in the come on. In their kind of structure. So, but they don't seem to have a lot of wood in them, certainly on the exterior. Okay. I'll get back to the chat and don't take my pants off. So if we get you and get a bit of this going, we'll go with I'm gonna go with those. We'll start maybe about not there. Start about here, and then we'll come across to about there. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11 even. So if we go like that, but then it's going to be a longish building, so we'll bring it along this way. Again, I don't want it to be, as I say, huge, but I don't want it to be tiny either. That should be more than adequate, I think. Yeah, that's kind of it's implied in the name, but which would explain why they have a definite. That's how we got to religion, by the way. It's Terry's fault. Mentioning tithes. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, then so that'll be there, and then we'll have a double door like that. 1, 2, 3, and then a double door. I think that will work. Very simple. And then just clear out this base here. Obviously we'll need to put in a path. That'll give us more room to put fields in around this way as well, which will be good. Okay, there we go. Right. Don't want any of these really. That kudzu flower. Is that a swamp? I'm trying to think. Is kudzu another name for a swampy area? There we go. That'll work. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 up like that. I think 4. Wait. Okay, yeah. 4's good. Get some more of that going on. Nope. Hup. Work boots for the win. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And across there. Yeah, that's kind of getting the feel. I think you get the right kind of feel anyway. 2, 3, 1, 2. Hey, steady. Fortunately, we've got absolutely tons of stone, so absolute masses of it. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have masses of slate. That's the only thing. I'm thinking slate for the roof. And so that's the shape. That's the shape of things to come. Oh, what was that I just picked up? Bloody tomato seeds. Go away. Right. Let me get up here and we'll I got scaffold. I can't remember whether I've got scaffold in this or not. I don't know whether I have. We haven't, have we? We've just got the that's a shame. Scaffolding blocks make life so easy. Right, so that gives you and I a rough idea of where we're going. And looking at the imagery is it's very, yeah, it's almost arrow slits and buttresses. However, what we will do is we will come out here on either side. It kind of works. Let me go and grab some other bits and pieces while we're doing it. We're going to need some timber before long as well. Cool. Getting some. Oh, I'm still on my picture of the tithe barn rather than the chat. Okay, we go. There we go. Better. Yeah, I've noticed recently that a lot of streamers are moving to Watch Mixer, and I'm kind of wondering whether what the drive is for that. Whether it is in fact in any way better than Twitch. And I kind of tongue-in-cheek was sat there rattling on about the fact that that advert was not skippable and yada yada when we started, but it is a very, very real issue. That, you know, what do you do? Because if, oh no, hang on, grab a bit of that. If everybody is moving over to this other platform, do you follow? There's a and I'm not 100% certain. I don't even know. I'm not even 100% certain as to why people are transferring over. But no, that's that one. Let me just stick another one of those in. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go over here and here like that, and then we'll do something similar over this side, and then again we'll just do the corners for now. That needs to come out and be replaced, and then we'll just buttress out there and there, and then that can come in like that. Now, have I got, what am I like for slate? I have got a reasonable amount of slate, which is good. Okay. Don't be a sheep. I'm not being a sheep. Ah, what the hell? What did I just do? Right, what am I doing? Oops. Okay. I have no idea. I've long since given up. Oh, hang on. Yeah. What we need here is okay. Let's why do you have to be so hard to see what the hell I want to do here? That's gone right through. And we'll just go through like that, I think, on the other side. Right, how do I... Let's go... take this all the way through. Yeah, so all the reference imagery that we got on the kind of religious things was, these were almost like arrow slits, but they're obviously kind of air vents rather than actual, pardon me, And we'll do the similar thing there. And then what we'll do is, oh man, burp. We'll get some connected material. No. And we'll see how this looks, shall we? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. What I would be tempted to do, I think, is maybe take out the layer around the edges and just thicken this up so that slate is more of an obvious decoration, like that. That looks alright, I think. So now if I were to go and grab this and fill these in, and then grab a negative and do that, what, there perhaps, that would be there, yep, and I suppose we ought to do the here as well. Nope. Let's try doing it properly. Okay, yep. So we'll get you there and there. I know you really can't see much of what's happening with those ones because there's only a tiny little bit of stuff at the bottom, but that's fine, because when we get up here we'll start to see a little bit more detail. Now the other way I could do this is, for example, I can put that in there with that, and you're supposed to be able to craft, or is that might be a newer version actually. Doesn't matter, because we can always do this. I'm kind of familiar and used to doing it this way anyway, so that works. So we end up with a little bit of that going on. Then what we'll do is we come up here and here and here and here, and we'll take you and go back plane 1 2 1 2. Well, that's going to go back further, but what we'll do then is we go take it up 1 2 3 4 and take out there, connected material, and then we'll take out another 2, we'll go up 4 and go over there, and go up 4 and go there, take that all the way back, and then 2 more, and go up 4, 2 more, go up 4, and go up 4, and put the buttress in. That kind of works. Now, however, I don't want to just have that being a plain stone buttress, so what I could use, and I don't think we've got, oh yes we have it here, is a bit of this limestone, which we'll chisel back to being, let's do that, and then we'll place those down and we'll basically turn those into bits all the way across. Quite like that texture, it's interesting. And then we should be good, hey, to go and 1 2 does that look stupid? You know it does, doesn't it? That really doesn't look that right to me. Let's just try that. That looks horrible. Okay. Thoughts? I'm not sure what to do here. What is for the better on these then? Let me just have a quick peek at the reference images again and see if I can't get a feel for. Yeah, not really getting much of a feel for it from that. No, I think we are. I think we're going to leave those unadorned actually. So, but we can come in here and go and copy you and replace. Then copy you and replace. Yeah, I think you're right. Just put in for the door frames. So, with that in mind, let's continue on getting this lot in. That will do all of the corners, and then we'll be good. Fill in down here. I'm going to swap out some of these for a few different stone variants as well, so we're not going to be entirely the same around there and there. I'm going to put more buttresses in as well down the walls. These are just the first few in the obvious corner positions. And sleep time, because creepers and chisels and bits don't mix. Okay, getting there. So that was that. Then we'll do the same up. What are my bags looking like? They're looking very full. That sounded terrible. Let's just go into here and check. Let me get rid of all the dirt and these little bits of piddly wood that are clogging the place up. That's one bag sorted, and again, not really worried about half of this timber, certainly not worried about the stone, and probably not that worried about that actually now. Anything in here else that we don't want? There's quite a lot that we don't want actually. That'll do for now though, gives us the things. Yes. Infill would be lime mortar, would be asking a little bit much. Again, it's doable. You know, you could take one of these. If I just let's just pop one. Let's go over here a second. You could quite easily go around and say, well, I want to go and take a line out here, I want to take a line there and there and there and there and there and there and there, and then, you know, take out the individual bits. Nope. All the way around, and that bit there needs to come out. The only problem is the textures don't quite repeat the way we think they do. Nope, that's not quite right. There we go. But that's all doable. I mean, it's not that you couldn't do it. I'm not sure that I like it. But you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility to go and make it do that. For me, that's not what really. Yeah, no. Let me just take all of it. Is the undo buffer full? It is. Okay, there you go. Fine. Bye bye. But that's all. It is doable. It's just I'm not sure whether it's really correct for what I'm aiming to get. So let's get some more of this on, and let's get a step up here, and we'll get this done for starters. So that's that. Yeah, it's finding that I think possibly that you're right that the block needs to be a darker. The lime itself is a bit of a pale colour. I don't know what colour we would, or what would work though, out of what colours we've got on the palette, because of course that's the part of the restriction is working with what you have. Wow, goes through that at a rate of knots. Okay, let me go and change you over to those. I'm going to put a mixture of these around. Like that. Again, these are not much different. There's a little bit less definition to these bricks, so again they should just look a little bit different to all the other bricks around them without being super, you know, different. And then there's also the crack bricks, which again will, oh hang on, I missed one, but again we'll just take these out at random. We'll get a few of these as well. And there's always a chance that I've taken out a brick that I've already done. That's not going to work. That is right. That's probably enough. Again, you don't want to go mad. Just get enough variation in there. And go out and grab that in a minute. Mossy would be another one you could use. I haven't got any to hand, so I'm not going to worry about it. And even the odd one of these we could swap out as well. So that was that. I don't know. I am unsure. I have to be convinced. Right, let me get this done. So let's just get this. Now, if I go, I can never remember if I go with the positive. If I were to go around here, you just make a, yeah, you just really don't do anything, do you? So negative is the way forward. we'll do is we'll work out where do we want to put these on this side then. So if I go there, and so that would be there. Then similarly on this side, go with a there for now, and again we'll come in one and go there. I can't remember what I've done now. On the other side, what did I do? I did them there, so it was be there and there. Yeah. On the server, no, I really haven't done much on servers in a long time, or anywhere near as much as I should have done. Oh, bum. Hang on. No. Yeah, that's... Got to do it from the outside, haven't I? As I say, well, eventually we will have a mage pack, but I am still waiting for that elusive bloody Thorncraft to become something other than alpha, and I'm not convinced it's stable yet. Well, I know it's not stable. It's definitely not stable for packs. I don't want to. I honestly don't think it should be included in mod packs at the moment. It's there. It's, you know, you're just waiting for flux and taint to basically destroy your base, which I don't understand why anybody would consider that even remotely ready. But there you go. I suppose you could go with the usual trick that I used last time, which is going in the nether, although that may or may not work now. I mean, it's possible that particular little loophole has been fixed. The last time I looked, none of them have got any way of coping with taint. And as I say, without that, you just got nothing. It's not worth even building. And on a server, I mean, seriously, when we've... Yep, yeah. Well, I'd also like blood magic to come out of alpha as well. I know I'm terribly unreasonable about all this, but... to me, having a stable mod is there, and there are magic mod. I mean, one thing I've thought about doing is just getting a mod, an existing magic mod pack for the time being. That might be a solution that we could use. Take 3 of those. Damn you to heck. We want, yeah, we'll keep it there for now. Pardon me. We'll take those and those. I must admit, and I'll be honest, one consideration I've been giving serious thought to. Oh, I can get up there. Excellent. Right, is the possibility of having just a bit of a vanilla server for a while, because I haven't certainly played vanilla in a long time, and it's possible that, you know, others may enjoy it as well. And the question then is, if we did do vanilla, do I go and try a aquatic update pack? Because there's enough changes in vanilla that I personally haven't played vanilla for the longest time, that the changes are quite sweeping in some respects. The other plus to vanilla, of course, is it has a very finite endpoint. So it's a thought. It's not necessarily an actual solution yet, but it is a thought. Yeah, years since I watched it, years since I played it. And it kind of drove it home to me when I realised that I personally, in a Let's Play or in any game, even just playing by myself, you know, just for the hell of it, I haven't actually done an ocean monument. I've seen them, but I've never actually got around to doing anything with one because there was nothing I really wanted them for. I've certainly never done a mansion, forest mansion with the illagers. That's, you know, something I've never played with. I mean, obviously there's downsides to doing it in vanilla, and that is that, you know, you haven't got any of the wonderful tools that, oh God, stop it, damn you, that you have with modded, like the ability, you know, the ability to travel quickly will be sorely missed, and teleporting and stuff. So then the other question is, I mean, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a while before we see any major 1.13 mods migrating. I certainly hope it is. I'd like to see modded Minecraft stabilize out on a stabilize out a little bit before it kind of gets into, you know, trying to find move to 1.13, because I don't think we've stabilized out properly yet anyway. So it would be good, to my mind it would be good anyway. What I'm thinking, let me just come down here a second. I'm just thinking that, so bringing the edge of the church, the thing down here, that we can, if I'm clever about it, which I generally am fairly, without blowing my own trumpet, I don't always foul things up. If I were to come out and take these ones out and come down, and then if I were to take you, for example, and the U, right, yeah, I think I know where I'm going. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, whether a 1.13 vanilla plus, maybe, you know, something like, I mean, I would imagine without a shadow of a doubt that Quark will update pretty rapidly, because it's VASCII, and VASCII doesn't hang around when it comes to things like that. So that's my first thoughts. I'm going to need a new chisel at this rate. Is that Quark would be an obvious quality of life pack update thing that, you know, would be of possible interest. Might work, might not. But you know, you don't know until you try it. This is the entire point. So that might be something. I don't think we're a million miles from Update Aquatic coming out. I know they've put off releasing it for a while on the basis that they want to fix some fairly major bugs, and that to me is a good thing. You know, fix your stuff first, kind of malarkey. But that, if we do that, and then all the way down like that, and then this would be the same, because what we'd do is we'd come out there. Let me just undo that. And we come out and extend it out over the edge there. Yeah, I mean, again, it will be dependent on the mod updates, and we obviously we are entirely dependent on those. Right, let's just try and let's just try and get these a little bit more. So if that were, no, that would be brick that would want to come out as well, because that would also be like that. And then that would be like that. But then you would come here and here. And then that would come there. Right, we need to chisel a bit of this up. And get that. Oh, damn you. Always with the running out of bits. Right. So it's a consideration anyway, is basically what I'm trying to say here. It's it would be fun to play on a server again in a true server environment, rather than you know, the semi bomb. Always running out of the bits. Right there. Let's have a look, see what we think. So that gives us a definite shape going on there, and we can continue that around there. So that works. We can also continue and put those up this side. So that would give us some textures there. We can take this stuff here, and that can go and be maybe two actually. Oh, damn you. Like that. Maybe even bring that up a little bit at the edges. Like so. Yeah, I don't dislike it. That kind of works as a definite edge, but I'm not sure whether just to do it down those bits. Maybe let's have a look. So it's just on the edges, on the ends. I think that probably works better. Right. So armed with that as a concept and a chisel which is very close to breaking, let's just go very quickly and hammer that through. I'm going to go back and make a new chisel, because that's going to be something we need sooner rather than later. I'm going to check the quarry as well, and the storage for slate. But that will get us, I think, somewhere around. We need to top up our water anyway, and oops, and we can check on the various wines while we're doing it. Man, itchy nose. Of course, you know, if I play vanilla, I'm going to be like, what do you mean I can't do chisels and bits? Are you insane? Yeah, rid of you. And those for that matter, and that, and that. Keep hold of all of this stuff here. That can go together. That's all good. We need to keep... Well, we probably need to keep all of that to hand, actually. But we do need to drink. And we do need to check up on our brewing efforts. Let's have a look what we got. 0.86 from 0.84. That's a definite improvement. Oh, we've got some inebriated effect going on there. 8-2 to 8-2. Nothing happening. Let's get rid. 8-5, an improvement across the board. Get rid of that one. What we got going on here then? 5-9. It went down. Swine. Point 1. Swill. Okay. Not drinking that. That would actually crash the game, I think. Let's set another one of those going. That's 0.6, so we'll set another. That was mead, wasn't it? It was mead. Yep, so that's good. That is cider. We'll have another one of those going. Wine. Damn you. Give me one of them back. Thank you. And then that leaves this. That's a 0.43. That is 0.56. 0.56 is passable. We'll keep it. 0.43 is swill. We won't. Wild berry wine 0.39. That's swill as well. But if I take that ironberry, I should be okay. That should go up and give me a slight improvement on that. No, I'm not running this vanilla. The monitors are 144 Hertz. AOC, they're not the best monitors in the world, but they're also not crap monitors, you know, the monitors. I can't really say much more. They're just monitors. They do the job. We'll definitely take those. We'll probably want that as well, actually. And then we'll go and grab some things and carry on. But yeah, no. I used to play almost exclusively with resource packs, but what I found in a personal kind of bugbear was with LPers and people who LP'd was when they played with the resource packs. You often didn't know what blocks they were using because their block was a different block. It's one of my bugbears with B-Dub's building series, because you know he's a very good builder and everything, but when something doesn't work, he changes the actual texture to work rather than changing the build, which if you're going to do that, then you know what kind of does defeat the point a little bit. The other element of that is, of course, is that I'm trying to think what I was going to say. There's no, it's gone. It's gone. Completely gone. Nope. It's and I'll tell you what I did forget to do though. I forgot to make another chisel, and that chisel is not going to last out very long. Let's go back. Boing, boing, boing. There's a fly crawling on my arm. Got it. And there we go. Let's, in fact, I'm not even bother closing it. I'm that confident that my castle is secure that I'll not close my portcullis. Give me a diamond. Thank you. Give me a diamond. Chisel. Thank you. Pop you. Oops, not that one. I'm actually tempted. Let me go and get another diamond because it's only a matter of time before that one breaks as well. So we'll do that as well. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll take the shortcut back over the wall. Got the right boots on. Whee! I think that is that. There is a bean down there though, because it's illuminated. I'm just, when I keep seeing these mobs on the, I do like these dynamic trees, you know. I feel like I'm under a canopy rather than, you don't get the same canopy feeling as this. This just feels like a big massive blocks of leaves over your head. Let me get this done while we're here. Oh, no, not quite. Right, beetroot's done. Right, where were we? We were working on this thing here. Let me just stick those in there for now. And I was going to take this and chisel, finish off chiseling these. And also a bunch of these. There we go. Told you it would go eventually. It wouldn't last very long. Let me get you back to here. What is, there's a, yeah, it's probably underground. Famous last words, but there you go. Right, let me get back on the roof for starters. And we need to take off that, 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 and that. And then we need to pop these down. Oh, no, undo. These need to go like that, and like that, and there, and there, and all the way around. And then we take these and they go like this. Hup. And then from, we've got this one, so that's going to come all the way up here. And then we'll have that. Oh no, we won't. Undo. We will in a moment, but not until we've done that. There we go. And I have got some slabs, so we can at least pop that on there, and that will be a nice flat ridge line going across. Whether to put a ridge tile on the top, I don't know. Might be worthwhile. And we can take you and we can grab that and do connected material, and again we can just jump down there and go 1, 2, and just fill this out all the way across. The old fascias and soffits. One of those wonderful phrases that you often hear when watching daytime TV. What I'll do is, I think we'll just do it 2 up and 1 out. 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 2 up, 1 out. 2 up and 1 out. Actually, just 1 up seems to be what we've done on that one, so we'll keep the made the bits go further as well, so it's not a bad thing. Probably not. Although a tithe barn possibly could have done. I mean, like you say, they were basic. Well, let's face facts. They were basically a tool of oppression. Right, I'm going to do it like this, I think, because I can come in here with this and get all of the pieces. It's just a lot easier than faffing around like that. And then that will come out to there, go all the way up, down, and then we need to do this similar on that side. It's definitely looking different. A barn, yeah, a tithe barn. Terry can explain to you what a tithe barn is. It was Terry's idea. Blame Terry. It makes a change. It's normally it used to be blame Paul, didn't it? And then of course we had. Did we have a blame Potter? I'm trying to think whether we. It's a stone barn. That's why. If you go and Google tithe barns, you'll see the things. And I'm not going to have a conversation about religion again. No, I will leave that one well alone this time. I will no doubt get some trouble from it. I always do. But then again, if you're not in trouble for your ideas, then you're doing it wrong. Bang. Yeah, and if you actually Google the images, they have the look of an ecclesiastical building about them. So it just kind of makes, which when you consider that the church, a lot of what the church was about was opulence and appearance to cow the masses into thinking that they were really important, because clearly they had all these really cool buildings and stuff that they lived in, so they had to be really important people, and that was, damn you, always with the bits running out. It would potentially, given that I live in Nottingham, it would have also been one of the areas that would have been traditionally, if he existed, robbed by Robin Hood. If he existed, I'm almost certain he did exist. He just there was probably many of him. And one of my favourite lines by Pratchett, actually, on the subject of robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, is of course with on Cohen the Barbarian, when he was talking about, of course you rob from the rich and you gave to the poor. There's no point in robbing from the poor because the poor didn't have anything. It was just this wonderful concept that you don't rob from the poor for any particular conviction reasons, just because they haven't got out worth nicking. So yeah, that was probably why. Yeah. That, and as I say, there's an element of impressing the peasants. You wanted them to think that there was no point. There was the impression, but there was also the other thing that you found with these ecclesiastical buildings was they were often very fort-like in structure, and castle-like, and again, that was almost certainly a deliberate ploy. If you see a castle, you are far less likely to attack it than if you just saw a wooden barn. The word castle is a synonymous thing. You're going to go, oh, I can't attack that. It's a castle. And if you actually look at a lot of church buildings, they often have structures in them that look suspiciously like arrow slits. Come on, get up there. Or narrow windows that could double as arrow slits in the event that the peasantry rose up against the lords of the church. So I think, again, I did say I would not get back into religion, but I think what my big issue with any form of organised religion is not the religion. It's the bastardisation of it by the wealthy, the rulers, the people who are in charge. You know, power corrupts, as they say, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So yeah, probably one of them things. No, give me that. But also, I've been saying that I was going to build a barn for a while, and I've been desperately trying to avoid building the traditional. Oh, get down here and do this. We'll do this way. Damn you. So it needed building because I've been putting it off for the longest time. Oops, there we go. And there, that'll get us to that bit. Let me go back up. I was wondering why that was still frozen even though it's summer, and of course it's because it's shaded by that tree, isn't it? Bugger. Right, let's get down, get this bit done, and then we can try and find enough slate to make the rest. And if I have to go hunting for it, I'll have to go hunting for it. Which in itself could be interesting. No, chunk. Chunk. The bit that I found when I was looking at the reference images, that the interior of these was not so much the exterior. The exterior was, you know, semi-impressive. But the interior looked to me to have these amazing gabled beams in them, and that looks to be something that's probably going to be worthwhile duplicating if we can. Almost certain. Again, Terry would know on that one, but again, it's I was interested because yeah, the only problem is it's only going to be to go and grab this stuff, which, you know. Okay, well, we're getting there. I'm guessing because I know the church in Germany still tithes. You still tithe to the church, because as far as I'm aware, the last time I spoke, we've got a friend from I've got a friend from Cologne who we met in Egypt one year, and we see quite regular on holiday. Well, we kind of send each other details of our Egypt holidays and arrange to not necessarily, you know, we don't go out of our way to be in the same places, but if we're going to Egypt at about the same time, we'll try to be in the same hotels if we can. And he's a really funny guy, but he was saying that that they still have, is it tax you have to, you have to basically opt out of paying the church tax in Germany. I think that was what he was saying. I can't remember, and so do correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be talking absolute balls here. This is only based off what I've picked up from a mad drunk German in Egypt. I'm not suggesting that all Germans are mad or drunk, just that one. Yeah, and I know, yeah, it's quite a pain to get out of them as well, from what someone was saying. You have to more or less go and, you know, prove that you are non-religious or something. It sounds horrendous to me, but that's my own personal viewpoint. Now, if we're doing this, we're going to need torches, which means I'm going to need to go and find some coal. Let me go and put some of these things away before we head off. and we'll go and see if we can find some, because I've only got, I think I've got a couple of stacks, well, three and a bit stacks of slate, so I could do with some more slate anyway. So we'll just put these away for a moment, and we'll go and we'll go caving in a, it'll be an interesting caving thing, because there aren't anything to go look for in caving other than the rock types. But I do need torches. I think I need torches anyway. Yeah, we need torches. Oh dear, right. Actually, Germany has some pretty good castles. It's one place I do want to visit to have a look at some of the castles. That, and I can't remember the name of the country now, but it was Transylvania. That eats. Oh wow, that's a good old improvement. I'm just going to do this. Sorry, I'm going to do a bit more wine, because that's wine, and wine is good. All right, 0.87. 82, 82, 86. Right, let me take that out of here, put the 86 in there, because that would make more sense. And then we'll take the 82s out and drain them. 84, 85, that's a drop again. Damn it. Six, 4, that's an improvement. So we'll take that and we'll put you in there. 2.9, that is swill. So we'll put the 6 in there. They're basically they're the maximum quality. They're perfect, and you've got the chance of inebriation is lowered and the effects are increased. A vampire. Romania, some of the castles out there though are absolutely incredible. 0.57 to 0.56. Right, what have we got up there? Did I think I was going to go do that, wasn't I? And we'll keep those. Right, so we need 2 iron. One and 2. 2 grape. 1 and 2. A cider. 1 of them. And then mead. Pardon me. 1 and 2. And we'll stick the apples back in there. There we go. Lovely. That's all done. Torches. No. Coal. We'll go with that actually. And stick. Bundle sticks. There we go. That'll do me. Right. Let's go and see. They have effects. So, for example, iron. The iron wine will give you absorption hearts. Wine is an effect in duration. That is magic resistance. Mead is wither resistance. So they're basically potions. And one of the other ones, which is the, I can't remember the name of it now, the fruit berry wine, wild berry wine, is level 3 effect. So yeah, the potions is the short answer. Mead is vile stuff. Right, let's go and find a cave and see if we can't find. In fact, let's try and find the cave that's underneath our vineyard, because those little buggers have been doing my head in. because they've been spawning there for the longest time. And when you get over here, they're like, oh, there's nothing to see here. There we go. Get some light level indicators on, and then we'll light this up while we're down here. Looking for the slate. Double bonus all round. Oh, hello. Oh, stop it. Okay, there we go. That should be a reasonable amount of those killed. I love this bow. It's brilliant. The one thing I'm looking forward to trying in Sevtech is the new Tinker's Armory mod. That looks like it could be very entertaining. Still no yeah, we'll play it safe. Yeah, but given the alternatives, what else would you... I mean, melon seeds drop from grass, as do pumpkin seeds. So, given the alternative, they really didn't have a lot of other alternative choices. You know, they've only got so many plants to drop from. Now, they could have added their own seeds. Can't believe this cave had no bloody slate in it. But you know, they could have had the grapevines as a plant, but that would have involved adding a not only an item, but you know, now you need to add add further items. As well as the things. Right, that didn't work so well for us. Another cave, please. Well, they're not on the... because the chisels and bits... Have we got chisels and bits on that thing? Because it's not... We've moved on now. We're playing... We've got that other pack on, haven't we? I can't remember what the hell's in that now. But torture yourself away. Because I suppose they've never actually, if you are fair to them, it has never been said what kind of vines are. They could be grapevines for all we know, because they've never actually confirmed or denied that the grapevines. They're just vines. Hello. That might be handy. Let's come down here and have a look, see whether we can't find ourselves some... Hi. How you doing? So yeah, they could be grapevines, because it's never been actually said one way or another what they are. Oh, hello. How are you there, sir? What's that? Can't reach me. You can have a go, though. He was definitely going to have a go, wasn't he? That'll teach me to gloat. Yeah, the mob dismemberment mod is amusing. Right, let's come on. There's got to be at some point in this bloody cabin. There's got to be some slate. He says stood on it. Alright, let's grab the slate while we're here. And I could have walked past that. I would have gone like here. I think the thing that again, you know, grapevines are not tropical. I mean, we think of vines as being tropical because we use them in the jungle biomes, but they also use them in the swamp biomes, and grapes are, you know, what more of a Mediterranean, temperate, subtropical kind of climate. So I don't know. I don't know whether it really is odd that we've put them into this category, or odd that we think it's odd. Just for stop with the bouncing. Alright, let's come down here and see if we can't find any more, because, you know, greed is, yeah, there you go, that's what we wanted. More of this. Yep. It was cunningly hidden amongst the slate in the open. In my defence, it's a grey rock in amongst grey rocks, honest. Did I ever make a hammer? You know, I don't think I ever did. Oh, bum. Hang on. Let's get rid of that. Let's put that back there, and let's undo. I think. I'm not entirely sure what I just did then. The plot thickens like a nice gravy, was that? Sorry, I was enjoying myself getting carried away with the sheer joys of just mining slate. I do find just digging holes very therapeutic, you know. Not in reality. It's very exhausting in reality. I mean, in game, you know. A little bit there. Come back here, you. Right. Let's get out of here, and that should be enough. If that is not enough, then, you know, tough. No, I mean, there is quite literally no point in sitting there trying to find a logical explanation for anything in this game. You know, I mean, the simple, how do you put it? The simplest thing to really blow your mind when it comes to the sheer idiocy of the logic of this game is quite simply this. How much does a 1 meter by 1 meter block of gold weigh? You know, just think 1 meter by 1 meter block of gold and 1 meter cube of gold. It's going to be very similar to lead. I actually did the maths once just to do it. I haven't got them to hand, unfortunately, but it was something like that. A 1 meter by 1 meter cube of lead weighs probably in the region of about a ton, possibly even more. And yet, as a character, you can do 18, 27, 36 times 64 blocks of gold, and you can carry them. Now, the reality is you wouldn't be able to carry one, let alone a stack of 64, let alone 36 stacks of 64. So clearly applying real world physics to a game. Any game is lunacy, but this game is absolute lunacy. Yeah. Well, we got the stuff, so we can get this roof done. What time are we at anyway? And oh, is it better around? Have they got rid of that? I hate it when that. It's one of the pisses with bloody mods when mods decide to take those out. It just breaks. It breaks it for everybody. It's so bloody annoying. I need to go and craft some stairs. There could be another mod that's missing. It is a real bugbear of mine, that one, when people just take the mods away. It's like throw all the toys out the pram. I have to check, see why. Yeah, I mean, you know, just open source that. Unless you've got some real IP, you know. I mean, and there was, and even then, it is to some degree, I think, a little bit debatable. But if you take the Thorncraft debate, when Thorncraft wasn't updating and Azanor was going to stop supporting Thorncraft completely, it was going to basically go away, and everybody, you know, much shit was flipped, shall we say. And at the end of the day, you know, there was an IP element thing, and Azanor, I believe, was planning to write his own game based off of Thorncraft, an actual Thorncraft derived game, full thing. And everybody's like, yeah, but you need to open source it and blah blah blah. Yeah, it wouldn't. It's always it's a shame when this happens, but there really is nothing you can do about it. I want to get a little bit of I'm going to keep those just where they are for now. I could always make more. Well, again, there are occasions where I can understand why. You know, I've seen some of the toxicity which some mod developers have had to put up with, and you know, no one should have to put up with that level of toxicity, no matter what. You know, and some of the entitlements that they have to deal with. And again, that's not pointing fingers at anybody. That is just a statement of fact. There's a certain subculture of players that believe they have some kind of divine right to have a mod updated, or you know, whatever it may be. And they're wrong. They don't. Now, I've said this. I've gone on record with this one before. I think there are circumstances where you do have rights, or at least certain rights to. I want to just, how many of the, oh, bomb, typical. Okay, doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter, because what we can do is, yeah, we'll do that. That's all right. It's all right. I'm just muttering to myself. Don't mind me. Hiya. No, nothing's happened. It's not ready yet. The day I'm happy, the day it's ready, I will be a very happy bunny, because I can start off with the Mage mod pack in full, get that back into full swing. But at the moment, I just don't think it's personally don't feel that it is ready for mainstream mod packs. I know it's included in mainstream mod packs, but I don't think it's ready. And I think there'll be a lot of screams of anguish when people playing, say for example, Direwolf's mod pack suddenly realise that that's not what I wanted. Where are you? That is what I wanted. Suddenly realise that they've oh, damn you, their world is corrupt, because you know, Thorncraft has updated and changed something critical on world gen. But, you know, what do I know? I may be wrong. I have been frequently been wrong in the past. No, it's not. It's and as I say, I think that there are exceptions to the rule where people have a right to content, and that one exception that I would always say is, and I've seen this one. I've seen actually this very attitude about this is when you are a patron, if you are in some way, not necessarily, I don't think you have solid rights. I don't think you can sit there and go, you know, I've paid you £5 a month, so you owe me. But I think you are owed more because there is a financial transaction taking part between a developer and a supporter. And again, this is just my opinion. And I think if you are making a lot of money out of your Patreon, and there are a few mod developers out there that do could make what some people would call almost a living income from it, not many, but there's a few, then, you know, you do have kind of an obligation to provide the thing that people are supporting you to produce. And again, just in my opinion, it's not necessarily right, and it invariably will upset some people, but that's fine because I can live with that. I reserve my right to offend everybody equally. And no doubt will at some point or other. Come here, right, let's just get these on. We're nearly at the point where we've got the outside structure done, I think, once we've got the roof on. So I'm definitely going to just try and get this done before we finish up the stream. No, well, it's not free if there is if you've got a patron, but the same thing, you don't have to contribute. I mean, I have like a little slush fund that I use to support mod developers that I think deserve it for one reason or another, and sometimes, like Pam, you know, there's some mod developers out there who are not necessarily in a good place, both financially or personally, and if a contribution of a few dollars a month will help somebody less fortunate than me, then, you know, I don't mind doing that. But as I say, there are people out there who make do make a good, almost healthy living out of modding, and therefore should be producing content a little bit more regularly. Oh well, anyway, there's no such thing. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think I've seen streamers sit there talking about, you know, if you support me, you don't have a right to tell me what to do, and it's like, well, actually, I disagree. I think they do have a certain right to expect certain things. I don't think they have a right to tell you and demand things of you, but I do think if you support someone, you have a right to some expectations being, you know, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. I'm completely wordless. But what we'll do is we'll just do this here, and we'll also do this one here and here. Oops. That will do there. Yeah, starting to get a feel for this. Yeah. You wouldn't like to think you were supporting Oxfam, and then you found out that the managing director of Oxfam was actually using it to pay for, you know, his weekly massage. In fact, there are, obviously, when it comes to charities, there are legal obligations for them to tell us what is going on. Right, how the hell am I going to fit this door thing in like this? I mean, I could... I've got no wood on me either, have I? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Right, where are we? Let's get rid of some of this stuff out my inventory. Let's go and have let's go and get some ironwood and a sleep. Ironwood doors specifically. But we're starting to get there. That is starting to feel like I think what I mentally envisaged when we started building it. So that's a thing. It's always good when your vision starts to come together correctly. No, I suspect that a great many charities have done things that they wish they'd not been caught doing in different areas, and yeah, there was something going. There wasn't there. There was something about some Oxfam workers using their position to get people in the relief areas to well, essentially prostitute themselves, which that is a touch on the dubious side. I joke, it's a lot on the dubious side. There's no touch about it. Right, what we got going on in here? Why can't I had space for stuff, so I put something in here that doesn't. Oh yeah, I've got an extra. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Drop you in there. Let's have a look at the old ironwood planks, ironwood doors. I like the ironwood doors, so that's where we're going. They work for me. We'll drop those off. The rest of this can go back where it belongs. 0.89, 0.85. That was a drop. That's a slight improvement. That's going up still. I'm not going to bother. I'll get these done off stream. With it, yeah, extremely abusing their powers, I think would be. I think they were doing more than abusing their power. They were abusing the people, the very people that they were being paid to protect. Allegedly, that's what you have to say when these things are. You have to say allegedly when it's not a guaranteed thing, because otherwise you get into trouble with people, with the peoples. Right, we are going to. I'm just going to go before we go and put these doors on. I just want to go and check what's going on, because I need a bit of timber anyway. And I want to go and see how our farm's going over there. Our new olive and ironwood farm. Still need to light this area up a little bit, because it's completely unlit at the moment, which needs doing, but again, that's minor things. 47 iron berries, a whole load of these bits and pieces, but that is working. Slow, but we don't need a lot. Yeah. One thing you'll find out, one thing I've definitely seen with the human race is it's not. It's quite capable of coming up with some fairly disgusting abuses of power in its things, and usually the most sanctimonious, rabid people that are there, that protecting it, are the ones that are actually doing it. I mean, you only have to look at the issues of the Catholic Church, you know, with its various accusations, shall we say, And yeah, there's enough out there that it's amazing that anybody ever trusts anything these people do or say. Right, let's have a think about what we're going to do here. So if I bring myself into, I'm just going to take a little bit of the floor out on both of these sides and get a chisel, get a little bit of that going, one of those, one there, couple of those and one of those, and we'll do a bit of that, and we'll do a bit of that like so, and then we'll get this in here and here, and that in here and here. And then we just need to come up with something to go around the door for this area. I'm not going to worry about the edges, but over the archway there we'll chisel in and get that done. But yeah, that's yes, I am going to, it's like all of these things, I can sit here, I can grab my chisels and bits bag, I can go and find the relevant chisels and bits bag, yeah, there, and a chisel, and I can grab myself some of this and, you know, hit F7, and I can go around and find all the bits that are unlit and just chisel out the ground and, you know, do that. But to be quite honest, it's tedious. It's a tedious process. It just needs me to sit down for half an hour. So like over here, you know, we've got this area here. We could quite easily, I can come in, I can pop that down and be done, and then we can come over and move in here and repeat. It's just not the most gripping of things to do. Well, obviously we need to do something different there with the sand, but oops, like that, bit down here. It's just a very minor, fairly mundane process that requires me to spend a bit of time and take out those torches. But we'll do, I'm just do this bit while I'm finishing off now. And then obviously we come in here and grab that and go, oops, and just fill these back in. So yeah, I will get them done. Just, it's like anything. There's too many things to do, too many interesting things to do. This is half the problem. If there were just boring things to do, then, and it was a toss-up between doing that or this, then you would have no trouble. I'd have done this ages ago. But there's always more interesting things to do. I think we're almost there. There's just this bit of sand here, which I would probably not do the one right at the water's edge, and just do that. Nicely lit. But yeah, we'll get to it. Before we finish, I've got some more builds to do in the castle yard. I just want to get this done so we can store the food in there in the barn. There's a few things we want to stick in there as well. I want to automate my soya processing, but all of these will come out, and you know, we'll lose them as we go. Oops. Just a matter of doing this. And once you've done that, you just have to remember when you come to do the courtyard that you need to you may need to check your light levels, because these are not going to be necessarily visible once you've built something on top of them. So it's kind of a swings and roundabout situation. Yeah, anyway, I think on that note, 'cause we're 20 past 10, I have got work in the morning, unfortunately, but we'll continue on next time. I will definitely have a few more streams before I go away again, so yeah, I've got another holiday booked in early July, so we've got a couple of 3 weeks before I go on that one for a week. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.